Good evening. Welcome to Vibin with Ashley Live. I'm your host, Ashley Live. Tonight we have Darious Lyles, aka D Lyles. He was on season 18 of NBC's hit show, The Voice, and I'm gonna invite him into the room and we are gonna have a great conversation. He's gonna perform for us and really excited. So before he hops in the room, I wanted to share a song lyric with you. And here's the lyric. One thing I can tell you is you got to be free. Come together right now. That's obviously the Beatles song Come Together from 1969. And the reason that I'm sharing this with you is because Darious and Nelson sung this on the voice battles. And the song kept coming to me during this week. So I'm really excited that Darious is going to come into the room and we're going to hang tight. But I wanted to start sharing song lyrics with you because there's so many incredible songs and so many incredible lyrics. And Come Together, with everything that's been happening the past week, it really spoke to me, and it just keeps coming into my life in all these different ways. So hi Colette, hi Justin, thank you for joining me on this beautiful Friday evening. Hi Amzi, thank you for joining. We are just waiting for Darious. Darious is a singer, songwriter, producer, pianist, and most recently you know Darious from season 18 of NBC's hit show, The Voice. So yes, we're running a little bit fashionably late, but we are here and we're gonna do this. We're gonna have a great interview. He's gonna perform for us. And then if you guys have questions, feel free to drop them in the chat, and yeah, it's gonna be a fun time. All right, Darious is not in here yet, but he will be soon. I think the I like your hair comment is for me with my side pony. So thank you, because it makes me feel like I'm very young. And yeah. All right, I'm going to invite Darious in the room because we were just doing a sound check. So hold on a second. Where is he? Come join. Okay. Just sent him a message and there he is, the one and only. Darius!
Yo!
How are you?
What's going on?
Not too much. How's your night going? I know we were a little behind because you were stuck in traffic, but we're all good. We're here.
Right. Yeah, we're here. Let me get this together. I'm good, man. I'm good. It's been a long day.
Okay. Well, hopefully your day is over soon and you can like kind of rest a little bit. Well, maybe not
Yeah.
doing an interview, but but before you got in the room, I was introducing you to my guests. I started with a song lyric, and the song lyric that I was sharing was from Come Together, and I was like, Darious and Nelson did this in the
Yeah.
back, and this
Yeah.
song is so important. I mean, definitely during this time, but this week, I mean, with everything that's been happening in the news, I think Come Together is such a strong song to really lean into, right?
For sure. Yeah, for sure. I think that even when we were doing that song per se, I think that we had that in mind, because it just was more above the song than it was just actually doing the song. We took that in consideration, when we first got it and we first found out we were doing it, and we were so happy to do it. So I'm glad you did that because that's a song I listen to now that is forever me and Nelson now that I hear in my head. I don't even hear Beatles anymore. I just hear
I
me and Nelson doing that song now. I can't get it out of my head.
I love the original, but after I saw
Yeah,
you doing it and destroy it, for those of you in
yeah,
the not seen this amazing battle, go to YouTube and put in "Come Together" Darious Lyles, Nelson Cade III, because we just had Nelson a couple weeks ago, and oh my
yeah.
renditions just literally gives me chills. And
Yes.
that with everything going on in the world with
Mm-hmm.
pandemic and just everything else, like I just
Mm-hmm.
that song really hits you in a spot and really touches,
Yeah,
right?
for sure. For sure, man.
So born, raised, and still living in Chicago. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Who
Mm-hmm.
inspired you to get into music and how old were you?
Oh,
I think I lost you for a second. Did you hear
can you
me?
hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And you said who inspired me to do music?
Yep. How old were you and who inspired you to get into music?
Let me see. I want to be real truthful about this. Uh, Realistically, I've been singing since about 9 years old, and my father introduced me uh, to music, but sending me to vocal training,
Mm-hmm.
and that's when I began to um, learn how to play the piano, to become a musician. And the person that kind of inspired me in sense of singing at first was the lead singer from Dru Hill, which is Cisco. And my sister bought me. She purchased some CDs, and I had a CD player back then. And she, every Christmas she bought me the Dru Hill CDs.
Mm-hmm.
And I was listening to that, and I was in the mirror, just just singing as though I was going to be the lead singer one day, and
Yeah.
that inspired me to really, sing. But to take my passion further, it was Marvin Gaye. Just listening to Marvin Gaye a lot, and
Mm-hmm.
really taking the time to understand, study him and why he did what he did, just music wise.
Mm-hmm. So
Hmm.
Dru Hill, love Dru Hill.
Hmm. Yeah.
Favorite Dru Hill song?
Yes, I have several, but my favorite Dru Hill song to date is it's a wedding song. A wedding song. Um. Uh. Uh. It's a I love you in the sun. I wanna make you man to the end of time. It's a wedding song, but I'll find it. I'll find it. I just can't think of it right now. I don't know why.
Good. I just kind of wanted you
Yeah.
to.
Yeah, yeah. But the favorite one to date, I would say "Tell Me" or "Beauty Is Her Name." So yeah.
Oh my gosh, Beauty, that song just hits me like,
Hmm.
ooh. I mean, just growing up on Dru Hill, it's
Yeah.
so inspiring because you think, Marvin Gaye, Dru Hill, but like when
Hmm.
I'm like, yes, like,
Right.
and I miss,
Right.
and I'm so happy that you're bringing those vocals, you know,
Hmm.
to the forefront because I feel like
Hmm.
R&B is really missing strong singers, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely. I feel as though a gap happened. Um, the early 2000s tried to introduce R&B in a way of it changing to a bop feel, and it was more just about bringing it and making it feel more lively, maybe more sexy.
Yeah,
It's way more explicit than it has ever been, and
yeah,
so that causes it not to have to really sing, and so the meaning of it has become something different. So what I had planned to do was to bridge the gap between, old and young. You
yeah,
know, how can we make the R&B attract the older crowd, and how can we make a song about love, loving someone attractive enough for the younger crowd to really, accept, especially in this time with social media and everything that's happening, just with examples of just how love is now. It's all just screwed up. There's few examples of couples that are married that have been together for 30 years, and that's an example of just love, or
right.
things like that. But it's kind of one of those things to where R&B is just very subjective. It doesn't really have a specific meaning, a specific subject that you could talk about. It's just sex or what, you know, how I make you feel explicitly rather than just me loving you. Or if it's loving you, we may say it in a different way now. You
Mm-hmm.
know, that's more, I want to say, you can use acronyms or you can use more similes or wordplay to understand. You know, it's a faster pace of type of R&B. If that
Yeah.
makes sense. You
No,
know.
I totally get it. And also
Yeah.
with the evolution of autotune, which I am not a fan
Yeah.
of. I do not like
Yeah.
autotune everywhere, but I feel like it, like people, you like, I could sing and use auto tune and be like, oh, that's a good song, but it's like, do I have a good voice? No.
Right. You could definitely use autotune and get away with it, you know, certain, and that's the thing with certain singers, you know, you would never know that a lot of them, you know, they have stuff done to their voices. A lot of singers they're studio singers and not really live singers, but they sound really great in the studio. They could really pull it off, you know.
Yeah.
But when it comes down to a whole show for an hour singing,
Yeah.
just, you know, nonstop, you know, a lot of them, you know, they weren't trained that way. It's just in the studio, fast paced. That's all.
Hmm. Yeah. No, but that's the thing about your voice is when
Hmm.
hears you sing, you're like, whoa, like it just puts like there's chills all through my body when I hear you sing because you
Thank you.
like you are a true vocalist. I'm so happy that you were on The Voice and you were able to showcase your gift to the world and just bring it to a whole nother platform is because
Thank you.
it's just it's amazing and
Mm.
I'm so thankful and happy that you're here with us and you're sharing your gift and you've
No,
done
thank you.
no, thank you, Darius. No, thank you. Because you've been all over social media these past couple months. Like you've been
Good.
dropping singles, you've been doing virtual shows, you post a lot, and I feel it's really important as a creative to
Hmm.
be out there because people are like, okay, well, like I know Darius, but where is he? And he's like, oh, he's here. He's in the studio. He just dropped this song. So props
Hmm.
to you on really putting yourself out there creatively so your fans can follow your journey.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, that's in this time you want to make sure that you're able to still do that.
Yeah.
Just having that presence. And you know, it's weird. You know, COVID put a weird, for some it's an excuse,
Yeah.
and for most of us it's like a big damn, like we got to force ourselves to do, you know, be creative otherwise. But, you know, thinking outside of the box, you know, it's just how can I make the best out of my phone? You know, how can I make the best out of making it look like you are here where I am, you know, and that nature. So I think that during this time, you should either come out better than you were, or you know, you just were lazy, you know. And it's on you, you know, with what you want to do with your career. I chose to keep going, you know. Um, just over this past month and a half, everything that was like canceled during COVID, I did within the month and a half, and you know, it's crazy, you know, it catches up with your body, but I was able to do that, you know, to find a way to make those changes and adapt and still go with the flow. So I just encourage artists to just be prepared at all times. Just stay prepared, and you won't have to be nervous or, you know, figure out the next move. And I understand that a lot of our living situations or, you know, our personal lives are, you know, it's kind of crazy, you know, but let's utilize that with our craft and figure out a way. It'll make room for us. Your gift
Definitely.
will make room for you.
Yeah, definitely. Very well said. Because guess what? We all have iPhones. And
Yeah,
10 years ago, we did not have iPhones, right? We had flip phones. And we thought,
exactly.
I had my flip phone. I was like, this is the best thing ever. Then I got my iPhone. I was like, what?
Yeah, like
What?
there's everything that you need on these phones now. You know, you have apps that, you know, good filtered apps. You know, the iOS system is dope. The cameras on the phone are dope now. You can shoot movies, music videos off of these things. So there's a lot of resources to have with your phone. You know, and that's what you should be utilizing. Trying to figure out how to be more social without being around people. You know, it could happen. It could
Yeah.
happen. You know.
Hmm.
At some point, I'm not gonna lie, I can't wait to get in front of a crowd of people and just again and just feel that love. You know, I can't wait for that.
That
Again, Yeah. That feels great. I love that feeling. I do.
Of course. What song do you wish you wrote and why?
I wish that I wrote the song Georgia by Ray Charles. Um, the significance of that song was so great, that he wrote that song about his hometown. And I wish that I was in a place to where I could write something that prolific about Chicago
Hmm.
and so timeless. It doesn't, you could play it now and it sounds like it's a new song. It still feels good. And I
Yes.
wish I could have thought of that song. Even if it wasn't Chicago, if I was just thinking of a place that reminded me of something beautiful,
Hmm.
it would have been Georgia or Chicago. I wish I would have did that. Um,
Hmm.
some of Michael Jackson's songs, I wish I could have, been able to write, to be, um, just the mind state of that writer. In the earlier stages of his career, um, uh, Rod Temperton, I think that's his
Hmm.
name, one of the greatest writers in the world. And he, helped Michael out with Quincy Jones on Thriller. And he was a part of a group called Heatwave as well.
Yeah.
And his theory of writing was necessarily the feeling, but also the emotion behind why you were writing that song and what was happening in that moment.
Hmm.
So I don't believe that he really solely thought about the songs. And I don't think Ray Charles thought about that song too hard for him to feel the way he did about his hometown. And I wish I was able to do that. I'm still working on that, but I wish it came to me like that. But I do
Yeah.
have a song that could be similar, and it's for the world, and it's called "Who Cares,"
Hmm.
featuring my brother Kenneth Ellis, and that's a song that I would say that I'm deeply proud of, that I would compare to Georgia on My Mind slightly. So yeah,
That song came out a couple months ago, right?
"Who Cares."
Yes. Was that
It
a couple
came
months?
out last year. It came out last year, and I shot the video a couple months right before I auditioned for The Voice, or I even knew I was going to audition. You know,
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah, it's a year old, and it surprisingly started spreading, after a few months, and then especially after the show. But
Right.
that song introduced me to people from places I never thought I would, speak
Hmm.
to people. They just inbox me and just randomly, hey, I heard your song, or somebody shared this to me, and and they shared their story of, and I'm just like, wow. So I'm very proud of that. That takes the place of Georgia for me.
Yes. Amazing. So I know
hmm
you talked earlier, but what musicians do you admire?
I admire. Uh, I'll go old school first.
Okay.
I admire Bobby Caldwell. I admire Stevie Wonder. I admire Prince.
Hmm.
Um, and a new school, I admire Jacob Collier.
Yes.
He's very. I think that for this age and time, he will become one of the greatest notables of his time because of how intelligent he is in music and outside of it. He's one of those. Um, he's an alien. I'll say that. Um,
Definitely.
Jamie Foxx, I
Hmm.
admire him. Um, and I admire Ty Dolla Sign, and I'm
Hmm.
gonna tell you why. Because he is a musician outside
Yeah.
of what he does, and he's a prolific writer. I consider him a great writer, a
Hmm.
great writer. And yeah, those are the people that I admire. But more so Bobby Caldwell. He
Yeah.
doesn't get much of the credit he deserves for his albums, but he was a great musician, singer, and writer.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a massive fan of your harmony videos. You did
Uh,
Earth, Wind, Fire,
mhm.
D'Angelo, Beyonce. When is the next one? And do you take requests?
You know what? I actually do. I The next one is coming soon. I've been just doing like a little snippets here and there to save and for me to post.
Yeah.
But whenever I hear something that inspires me, that'll let me hear harmony, and I admire a lot of other artists that do the same thing I do online like that. Um, I'm trying to figure out the guy. He's very known for it. He does these mashups, and he inspired me to really go hard with that. But I started doing these harmony videos, I want to say 2015. I started really doing them, and I've been doing it ever since. But it got better with over time as I figured out how to really get the vocals to sound more clear. And
Right.
so, but I do take requests, and the song has to be. It has to be one of those that's so dope that everybody, they will know. Or if it sounds so good and vibey, I'll make it sound that way so people feel like, is that his original or is that like a big song? So
Of
whatever I
course.
can do to bring that great harmony in, I'll do it. So I'll take a request from you. You can DM me some stuff and I'll take a listen and be like, I got you.
I mean, I love my 90s R&B, so like
Yeah.
I have Dru Hill in there, I have Black Street. Like I'm gonna bring it back, and then I'll be like, oh, that was my request.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
people want to take requests, but like the ones that I saw were just woo. If you haven't checked out his harmony videos on his Instagram, scroll back a little bit and
Yeah.
look at these videos that he posted. They're just next level, and they're so fun.
Yo, one of the favorite ones I did was the D'Angelo one, the You're My Lady. And my brother Marcos Sandoval did like a rapping style with it too. And then
Yeah.
another one is with me and my homegirl Sunshine Wally. It's a song we did called Blimp by Lewis Cole. And
Uh-huh.
it's crazy. And I love the Earth, Wind and Fire. How could love is gone? How could you leave me on? I love doing that harmony. That harmony is so beautiful. That harmony
I
is
love
so good.
oh,
Yeah,
I
that's
love
another
Earth.
group that I get inspired by.
Yes. Have you seen them perform?
Yes. Like, well, not really perform, but like the thing about me and how I became great, I studied, on YouTube. YouTube was the actual book for me. I would
Mm-hmm.
sit and I would watch certain people perform, and I study their movement. I watch the way they even pronounce the words. It sounds weird, but how they're pronouncing that words, how they're looking, how people are responding to them, the songs that they chose at the right time of the concert, and all of
Right.
those things. And I studied Earth, Wind, and Fire and how they did their harmonies, their unisons, their stacks. And I want to say, I want to say that most of their voices were so high in like,
Right.
tone wise that it's hard to hit the higher notes to even get that to stack. And I love that. It's a challenge. And I love that. I love songs that give me a challenge to make me grow, you know?
Yeah. Well, Philip Bailey, I mean, his range
Yeah.
is real. Like you hear him
That,
hit these high, like where did that even come from? How did you pull that out?
and it's just natural, the octaves in which they can sing. It's incredible,
And it's music that stands the test of time. Like you can hear a song from like
Exactly.
72, like when they play certain Earth, Wind, and Fire songs on the radio or like in a supermarket, I just get so excited because that feeling comes over me and I'm like,
Right.
nothing 10 years can really do that, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Like, and that's what I want music to get back to. Like with certain artists that happens now, that certain artists that's been on top for the past 12, 15 years, they can do that.
Yeah.
And I think the industry has changed that much to where it's just all about purely numbers and what the singles are. But I wish that music could get back to that tone to where it's almost as a force for people to love that kind of music again. If we could
Yeah.
force the crap down these people's ears on the radio every day, then we could force, you know, um, you know, love songs, and it's natural. Like who doesn't want to be loved, in that sense,
Right.
Stick your neck out to get those type of songs to be played, but unfortunately the game is so different. It won't happen that way unless you're just one of the higher ups in the industry to say, guys, you got to do this. This is where we're going now.
Totally.
If you don't like it, cool. We'll go somewhere else with it. But I think it should get back to that. When we can. Underground artists that you may not have heard of that I know of are doing that, and I want them to be heard. I want us to be heard that way.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Recently, you were on NBC's hit show, The Voice, season 18. Talk to me about this process. What made you want to audition for The Voice? And what surprised you about that process?
So I'm gonna take you guys through the journey of how this happened. One of my homeboys from Chicago, his name is Denton Arnell. He was on season 16, I think. Yeah, season 16. And he was the one that he proposed to his fiance after his audition. And he hit me up and he was like, "Hey, bro, The Voice is kind of looking for some references. You mind if I give him your profile or something?" And I'm like, "Sure." I'm like, "Are you really gonna do it?" And I didn't think of it. So time went past. I got an email from The Voice from one of the producers, and I'm like, "Yeah, right." So 3 days passed, and I'm like, I should open this email. And I opened the email, and I see my boy's name, and I'm like, holy crap, he was for real. Like, he helped me, like, get like an audition. I didn't do the open callbacks, but I went straight to the privates because they were like, we just want you to do the private so we can really see, what we saw on social media is true, if it's real. And I went in, private audition, and with my boy Richard Patterson, he plays guitar with me. And I was just having fun. I had no serious intent on doing it, but I was just having fun because I just wanted to. That's what I've been doing. And I'm in the audition and I'm singing a song. I sung a Stevie Wonder song. That girl thinks that she's so fine that she can have my mind, right? And I see the cameraman like dancing, you know what I'm saying? He's like, yeah. And I see the dude with the audition. He's trying to like play it off like, okay, all right. He's all right? He says sing another one. So I sing another song. I did a Bobby Caldwell song, right? He's like, okay, cool. He said sing another one. I sang River by Leon Bridges. He said, I really want you to hear this song because I helped Leon get his deal. I sang the first few lines of the song. He said, stop. Congratulations. You're going to the next phase. You have an interview. Goodbye. And I left out the room. I'm like, okay. Did an interview, got to LA, and they had me sing 2 of the same songs because they liked it that much. And the whole process was just have you nervous because there are a lot of people there that are just as good as you. The only thing that's in their way is just you or whatever it is that's presented in front of them. And the process was very nerve-wracking because it didn't get serious to me until I was in my rehearsal, my blind audition rehearsal, and I'm looking at the chairs and I'm on the stage and I'm like, dude, like you're really on like the stage. Like, when are you gonna like take it serious, right? And so my vocal coach, Deborah Bird, I love her so much. Me and her clicked very well, and she was like auntie to me. And she sat me down and she was telling me about how she started, doing vocal coaching for American Idol and then on The Voice, how she helped Kelly Clarkson and then how she helped John and how John came to her and expressed to her that when he first came out, he didn't like his voice and he felt as though he's way better than he's ever been. And she said that John is going to relate to you in a way of hearing your voice to where he once was just because of that bit break, even with Alicia Keys, to where he was nervous to sing. And that happened to me on stage. And she told me to do everything, and I rehearsed it. And some of the stuff when I got on that stage, I didn't rehearse. And how she said it would happen, it happened. John turned first, and then it was Kelly. And then, I would have had Nick and I would have had Blake. I think that they were intimidated in a moment because they couldn't find what to do with me. But they later gave me the respect of saying, like, I just wish I would have turned, And that process and that experience was something that I will never forget, because there was so much happening around that time. And it was the anniversary of my adopted mom's, passing, and, a lot of emotions that was going through me at that time. And nobody knew that the same day I auditioned was the same day I buried her, so a lot of that, it means something different for me. And, was the main reason you saw me break down after my audition. That was me just releasing that whole day. It was a long day, and it was very rewarding to be casted on The Voice from that day on. That was a happy feeling for me.
Definitely. I mean, so you buried her the same day you did that audition?
Yes. The same day.
Wow. And it's like you go from one extreme to a complete other extreme.
Yeah. So it's not a sad day for me anymore, like a day that affects me. It's like every time I think of that day, it's like, like I felt like, she was there with me on stage, and that's like a happy moment. I feel like both of my parents were with me in that moment. And I was so happy to tell my story, and I wanted them to tell my story in the right way. I was on the producers about that, and they were, I thanked my producers because they did exactly what I wanted them to do and what I needed them to do, and the staff was amazing. That whole experience, you can't take away from it. Granted that, we're there to showcase, and it's television, but the relationships is something that's real. You can't fake that. You can't fake that at all.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can definitely see the emotion when you sing, then with family backstage. And my condolences to your mother and father, and then you reunite with birth mom. I mean, that's in a whole nother way.
Like, and that too, before that audition, I asked her a question. I took her out to lunch one day, and, I asked her a question that nobody ever asked her in 30 years, and I asked her, I said, what were you thinking, or how did you feel during the time knowing that everything you had going on, that you had to really, let somebody adopt me, and she cried and she talked to me, and, to see her there, she was so, like, surprised. She was like, oh, wow, dude, you really doing it. You got me in Universal Studios, and John Legend hugged me and all this, and you did that. And, I've never experienced this before. And I'm just like, well, yeah, this is the prime reason, my sister and what I made her feel that day, that really hurt my sister too. What I'm saying, to lose, our mom, that was a hurtful thing. And all you see is when John turned around, all you see is her face after he presses the button. One of those moments. And that was like the funniest takeaways forever. Sis, I love you if you watch this. That was funny.
Yeah, the editing with The Voice. Like when I was talking to Nelson a couple weeks ago, he was like, we have so much footage and they use like this much of it. So
we had hours and hours of footage. I'm sorry. Kalia is on here. And she's from the previous season. I think what is it? Season 17? She's on here watching. She's awesome. And she knows there were hours and hours of footage of us, Ashley, and they used the slightest bit of it, right? And I wish they could just give it to us so we could just look and see, like, okay, I did that. I said that. Like, but
the power of editing.
For me, story-wise, I feel like they used the right, and I was so nervous about it, but they used the right storyline for me to tell my story in the right way. I was so happy about that. I was very nervous about it, but they did it. They did it.
Team John Legend, talk to us about working with John. Obviously, I'm sure he taught you stories. Like, you can probably books with some of the things that he taught you. But what is one thing that John taught you that you still hold true with you to this day?
Our interaction was very merely strongly, when we were shooting. And there wasn't very much interaction outside of it. But every time that I saw him, on set, he said something when me and Nelson were practicing, and that was being very intentional about what you're doing in the moment,
Mm-hmm.
especially because there's just not a do-over because of everything that's happening, you know. And me and Nelson watched him create something in the moment, and he just knew, like, no, I don't have to think about it because I know intentionally that's what I want you to do.
Yeah.
And he did it just like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I took that and I used that to my advantage, you know, for my knockout. You know, I wanted to really do that even in the rehearsal. I wanted to be very intentional. You know, I didn't want to feel like, oh, I could have did this, or I could have did that. Let me do it so I won't have to think it, you know. Um,
Right.
so that was the biggest thing I took away from him, and to just have fun doing it, make it, you know, make it big, you know, in that moment. So yeah. And he was very cool about it. Very, very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very cool.
What's your favorite John Legend song?
My favorite John Legend song to date, there's a song called Good Morning from the Revolver album.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, good morning, love. It's my favorite love song. I waited all night long for morning. Like, and I love the way he does it live. He does it better, you know, live. But that's one of my favorite songs from him. And
Mm-hmm.
tonight is the night I'll let you know. Baby, tonight we lose control. Baby, tonight. This song is just, it's incredible. It's incredible.
Yes. Amazing.
Yeah.
So, other than John Legend giving you such amazing advice, what's the best piece of advice that you've ever been given?
Mm. Uh, music is not heard, it's felt.
Oh, I love that.
So if you're doing music just for people to hear it, I mean, you're doing yourself an injustice. But if you're doing it with a feeling, then people relate
Mm-hmm.
to you. And
Mm-hmm.
so it's more than just becoming a hobby, you know, or just gaining the followers and gaining fans. It's more so relating to them, and so they can feel you, and introducing them, you know, to your style of music, and you know, and just, it's right away. Whoever your fans are, they will flock to you. It's just right away, you know. It's just, that's just what it is, you know, and that's why there's different types of artists, you know. Um, every once in a while, you have gifts that come along, and the world is gravitated to them just all at
Yeah.
once. But
Mm-hmm.
your fans, when you start out, they'll gravitate to you just by what you do. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you won't have to go find them. Of course, you do shows, but they'll just automatically, whoever's supposed to be a part of that, they'll come to you. You know, you won't have to chase it.
I'm sure with your recognition from The Voice, you've had people from all corners of the earth reach out to you and say how much you've changed.
Yes, yeah, and with that, I've been stepping outside of R&B, you know, just out of the genre, and uh, I I just did a country song, you know, with my boy Matt Ferris, and we're doing a video. It's called "We Need Love," and I got the shirt made. You know, it's coming out the end of this month, and I did a soul salsa song. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I have big numbers on Spotify with my boy Gianni Blue, like, you know, just in EDM music. You know what I mean? So I'm seeing myself as a musician, as just an artist, rather than just being, you know, a pop artist or, you know, R&B. You know, like, I've grown so much from R&B, but it's my love.
Yeah.
But I'm growing out of it because my talents are bursting in different directions because I'm versatile. And that
Mm-hmm.
is one of the reasons why me and Nelson did come together so good, because we could adapt to that kind of song. You know, they saw us as that. Um, and that's what I wanted to show. You know, people would think an R&B singer wouldn't pull that off, but if you're versatile and you adapt, and you know that song with feeling. I brought the feeling to the song. I had to embody it. I had to embody it, you know, and that's what me and Nelson was trying to do. Make that song, make that performance so good that people keeps coming back to look at it, and that's what we did, you know. And I'm proud of him for helping me do that. You know, I couldn't have done that without him. I couldn't have.
Yeah.
I couldn't have pulled that song off by myself. I couldn't have.
Yeah. Well, just the differences in your voice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like they complement each other so well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Whoa! Like, what did I just hear? You just hit me.
Yeah, and that's why I'm doing that with other, you know, genres of artists, you know, because I'm trying to mix that into R&B. I'm trying to bring that over into R&B. You know, if it's salsa in R&B, or if it's, you know, dance in R&B, or if it's country in R&B, you know, mesh it together so it's something that people relate to, you know, in the sense that they know that I've heard this before, you know, somewhere. So, yeah, man, that's what the voice has done for me more so. I've done it before, but it's taken me to a place where I have fans from different facets, you know, and I want to show them that, you know, I got something for you. I got something for you. I got something for you too. And I got something for all of us so we all can enjoy it, you know. Yeah, right.
Across all genres, he will make every song his own. So now is your time, Darious. You're going to perform 2 wonderful songs for us. Take it away.
Cool. So this first one, this is my first time really playing this one. It's a song from one of my albums called Alone. It's called Pretty Black and White. And the thing is that with black and white, we can put colors over those, just about any color over those. And there was this girl that I was really fascinated with, and she had on a black and white dress one day, and I saw the picture, and I thought that I could get really close to her, and people were telling me like, nah, bro, you know, don't do it. Don't make a fool of yourself because she's really not, you know, into you or nothing like that. It's just, but I couldn't see it because she was so beautiful, and I just couldn't. Nah, y'all fools. Y'all don't know what y'all talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, we hitting it off. But, you know, the thing about pretty women is you guys know how to really tempt us, you know, just with a smile. You know, you know how to really get us to that point to where we're going to either, you know, pitch hit or we're going to make a fool of ourselves, you know? So this is what this song is about, but it's also gearing to making her still feel good about herself, and just, you'll feel that emotion I felt, you know what I mean? And my brother, Kenny Thompson, he featured on this with me. So yeah, we're gonna do this. All right, let's go. Let's see. Can you hear that? We good? Sometimes it's hard to listen when you've got a lot of people in your ear. It's even harder to paint a picture when what's understood is not clear. I just can't believe it's true. Everybody sees it's you but me. You're so perfect in my eyes. Girl, your beauty makes me blind. You really got a brother under control. Pretty, pretty black and white. Pretty, pretty black and white. Pretty, pretty black and white. You know how to tempt me. Pretty, pretty lady. Pretty, pretty, pretty lady. Sometimes it's hard to believe what others think when your mind is already be made up. See, my friends keep telling me that you're no good, but they don't know what I see. See, I just can't believe it's true. Everybody sees it's you. They see it but me. You're so perfect in my eyes. Damn, your beauty makes me blind. You really got a brother under control. Pretty, pretty black and white. Pretty, pretty black and white. Pretty, pretty black and white. You know how to tempt me. Pretty, pretty, lady, lady, pretty, pretty, lady. I just can't believe it's true. Everybody sees it's you. Pretty black and white.
The chat was blowing up for that. Amazing, amazing. Yeah. So even though you didn't a great song came up.
Yeah, right. You know what I mean? This next one, let me see. Let's do, it's called Under My Spell. It's one of my favorite songs, man, to do. So some of you out there, you might know this song. One of my favorites. I wrote this song on the way to the studio. From the studio. Oh, baby, no, you can't wait. Can't wait to get off your job and tell me about your day, baby. Oh, call me when you get off your shift. I'm coming from the studio. I know that you need to pick me up. You up, you can't get enough of me. You stuck. Girl, I love banging with you. I swear ain't nobody gonna do you like I do. You like it when I hold you down. Skinny dip love, let me hold you down. I know it's me that you trust. Aphrodisiac love, baby, dab in my cup. Shawty, I know just how you feel. So baby, relax. You don't have to worry. So baby, I got you under my spell. Yes, I do. Baby, I got you. Ay, if no one will. Hey, baby, I got you under my spell. Baby, I got you, yeah. If no one will. Making moves while I'm cruising down the boulevard like I'm cool, Yeah, yeah, yeah. Girl, I'm everything that you need. A king of erotic. I aim to please. We talk every day, no matter the time. I know you intrigued. You can't stay away, cause baby, I got you. Yeah, under my spell. Yeah, baby, I got you. And no one will. Yeah, baby, I got you under my spell. Yeah, baby, I got you. Yeah, if no one will. Look, so it's the part I like. And even though I don't hear y'all, I just want y'all to repeat after me. Yeah, it's something real easy. Say, baby, I got you under my spell. Baby, I got you. If no one will. Say, baby, I got you under my spell. Baby, I got you, yeah. If no one will. Baby, I got you under my spell, yeah. Baby, I got you. No one will. Baby, I got you under my spell. Baby, I got you. No one will.
Amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So this is going to be the time of the show where if anybody has any questions for Darious, feel free to put them in the chat and he'll answer them.
Yeah. Oh, my sister is actually in here too. Lynn, what's up?
Hey, Lynn. Thank you for joining us, Lynn.
Yeah. If anybody got any questions, I know it's Erica. What's up, boo? Who else is in here that I know? Miss Sierra, what's up? How you doing? Who else do I know?
What's your
Tasia,
favorite
what's
venue?
up? Huh?
What's your favorite venue?
My favorite venue is House of Blues. I love that place.
House of Blue, Chicago.
Mm-hmm. What is one city you want to go to? I've never been to Miami. I know that's crazy. I've just never been. I would love to go there.
Yeah, big EDM scene in Miami. Huge.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Well, I got the songs out now, so I'm sure they'll like it.
Yeah.
Hi, Shani, love your voice. Thank you, RKRLG. What is your next song going to be about? Um, the next song that I'm on that's coming out now, so it's about love and equality. And again, the song is called "We Need Love" with my brother Matt Ferris. And I agreed to doing this song because I am about love. You know, if you don't have love, you don't have anything. And a person has to have some type of love for something, or people. So, and I'm all for equality, and I'm all about doing it with love. God is love, and I believe that. And if you have it, you have Him, and that's what I'm about. So I feel as though if I can change things through love, that I could help change someone else. Like, I know I won't be able to change the whole world in a sense, but
Mhm.
if I could get one person to see that one at a time, it's something about that one person that will help get to the next person, to the next person. Just like you would smile and say hello in the morning. I know I go places and people don't speak or say hello to each other, and we're like, that's weird to think about, you know.
Right.
And it's just simply making someone's day, which probably just like a simple speaking to them, like hello, or just a simple I love you, So, Ashley, I love you. Everybody in the chat, I love you. I've probably never, seen your day in my life, but I love you just because, that's just what it is. I have to make things better, and I want to. So, just to make things better. So that's the next
Oh,
song. We Need Love.
we definitely need love and equality so much more than we did 8 or 9 months ago. Like we all need it. We need this in our life.
For sure. Someone said, if you could perform at any festival, which festival would you perform at? You have the best voice, better than John Legend. The crazy part about that, when I was doing my knockout, John, and they didn't show this, John was like, I said, people used to compare me to you in high school. He's like, bro, I'm honored, to be compared to you is like, I'm not worthy. And I was like, wow, he said it. But I would like to be at a festival called, Rolling Loud, South by Southwest.
Yeah.
A lot of the big festivals I would like to do. But, who knows when anybody will be able to do those again. So I would like to do one of those, just a crowd of people. It could be a festival for me. It could be 10 of you, and I could pretend you're a festival.
Okay, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
So, what's the best pizza in Chicago?
The best pizza to me, I don't want to be biased, but we have several, and the top two is Lou Malnati's and Beggar's Pizza.
Okay, I had Lou Malnati's when I went to Chicago. It was
Mm.
awesome, but because born, raised, been there for the past 30 years, I'm like, you're not going to steer me wrong.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, the Essence Festival too. That's a big one. So that's a big one. I would love to do that
Yeah,
one.
and
Hmm.
Coachella.
Yeah. Oh, and Geno's. My sister was telling me, she was reminding me of all the pizza places. It's so many here that's good. We're known
Yeah.
for pizza and our Italian beefs and like other our hot dogs. So it's good food here. So like, but the best pizza to me is Beggars. To me, you know, I love that place. Darius Pizza. Come out with a pizza,
You'll be serving pizza and singing to people.
serving pizza and singing. That's funny.
I love
Yeah, man, that's pretty dope, man. I really do appreciate you for doing this for me. You know, just
it. Of
thinking of
course.
me.
Of
Yeah.
course.
And the next time you go to Chicago, you need to. You like popcorn?
Yes.
You should go to a place called Garrett's Popcorn. Okay.
Garrett's Pop.
Yeah, Garrett's Popcorn. I just
Yeah.
put you on.
I I'm gonna let you know, and I'm gonna tell you because I'm a big foodie. But as of right now, I haven't gone anywhere these past 8 months. I'm scared. So
I got you. I got you. It'd be worth it. Or if you could have it shipped, I'm pretty sure you can get it shipped. They're like well known for you can like get it online if you want to.
yeah.
I'll send you a link.
Yes. I'm
But,
into it. I'm about all the different kinds of food. So any last minute questions for Derek before we let him go?
hmm Yeah, yeah. Any more questions? Anything else before we get out of here, guys? And I appreciate all of you guys for coming in and watching this. And I seen the numbers stay like a while. You guys are really watching, you know, and listening to what I have to say. Do you have any new music coming? Well, again, yeah, I do have some new music coming. Again, We Need Love, a song with Matt Ferris, a song with my cousin, Nova Golar. I have a salsa song coming out that's gospel. I have another EDM song coming out with Gianni Blue. I'm doing several collaborations with a few of my fellow contestants from season 18, from previous seasons, and
Very
and yeah, so you know, I think that was the best thing about being on The Voice was the people, the friendships. For me, that it was the friendships. That was the
that's
best experience, you know. And so I have that access to people around the world in different areas that I could go to, that I can pinpoint to help me spread what it is that I need to do. And that's pretty
definitely
cool. Yeah.
yeah.
What? Yeah. When is your next album coming out? So I'm doing EPs. I'm doing singles now. And then I'm working on finishing three of my next EPs. It's gonna be a story. So that's why I'm having three at the same time. But follow me and be on the lookout for that so I can update you guys on what's happening with me. There's a lot, and there's some surprises that I can't talk about now that's going to come out. So I'll be speaking about soon. So I'm just grateful. I'm just very grateful about what's happening right now. You know.
So other than
Yeah.
Instagram, where else can people find you?
So you
Plug
can find me on YouTube, Darious Lyles. Of course, you can look me up. You'll see my page. Subscribe to my YouTube. On Facebook, you can type in D Lyles or Darious Lyles, and you'll find me. On Twitter, it's D Lyles, Dlylez. Everything is linked. You can Google me and find me. Anywhere. You'll find me. Trust me. You type me in, you will definitely find me.
Awesome. So it's about to cut me off, Darius. So that's all the time that we have this evening, guys. But Darius,
hmm
thank you so much for spending your evening with us, letting
Thank
us get
you.
to know
Thank you.
more about your musical journey. I'm so excited for what's to come for you.
Thank
And
you.
thank you for blessing us with your gifts and making Friday night fun because, we're stuck in quarantine with no music. So thank you. Thank you. So very appreciative to you and best of
Thank
luck
you.
on your endeavors.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Of course. Have a good night and we will see you soon.
All right. Thanks, Cole T. Marie. Thank you. Love you guys.
Bye. Be safe.
All right. All right.